Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm going to be reacting to Teresa's interview with BGC Positive T. Make sure you guys hit that follow button on their Instagram. I wanted to just do like a little late night reaction with you guys if you guys are up and everything like that. Okay, so let's get started on this interview, guys. We haven't seen Teresa on any other show since ending up on BGC. She hasn't ended up on any Baddies remix or anything like that. Don't think we only seen her is just the Miami season, and she was a one and done. Okay, so it's interesting to hear from the one and done girls, because we don't really get to hear a lot of what they have to say. Okay, all right, I had to make the announcement on my channel. Okay, hold on. All right, let's get it started.
5 p.m. until today in the morning 10 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What do you do? To my cousins afterwards, she wants us to.
She works and I have migraine.
I'm definitely gonna try that.
Oh wow.
God.
I would
And how long was an
over.
attack normally? Like, was it a whole day or multiple days? Or?
It would be just usually one day, but it would be pretty scary because I'd have to pull over, and then instead of like, if someone called me, I can't answer you because like I said, I knew what I was trying to say, but the words don't come out right. It's just like having a stroke. It's the scariest thing. Ma, I know we're on the phone and it's being recorded, but this house is not what I expected. Most of the rooms were avoid what's in your genetics, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to where it actually starts.
We're so sorry to hear that, Teresa, but we're glad that you're staying strong.
Thank you.
But how's life been after Bad Girls Club?
Life's been pretty good. I'm usually traveling between states a lot, Florida and Ohio, and I've been thinking about going to Florida and moving there permanently, but I'm still not sure. I have a lot of family in Ohio, you know, so but everybody's wanting to migrate, you know, down south, so I haven't decided yet, but I go next month to go look at places in Tampa.
Yeah, that's great. We're happy to hear that things are going well. By the way, like, we love your energy. Like, you're one of the bad girls that we feel like receive, like, you know, unnecessary hate, because, you know, the fans can be like toxic, and our page, our BGC Positivity T page, is all about positivity. So we're trying to, like, you know, make a change, bring a change to the fandom. And you know, we are aware that, you know, season 11 is like one of the most hated seasons, unfortunately, and you know, it's just, we feel like things are unfair, like, you know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely important to say that you have obviously a lot of like fans too, so it's not as extreme as with other girls from your cast. We compared it a little bit to
Listen, I feel like we had the most low budget film like season anyway. So
really?
What did they want us to work with? Yeah, absolutely.
That's such a cap. She's saying that they had one of the most low budget seasons. That's not true. BGC17, it was one of the low budget seasons. They made them live in a loft. Okay, they didn't even get a mansion. They lived in a loft. So Teresa, you being hella over dramatic, because I don't think that was low budget to me. BGC11, their houses was pretty big, and for a Miami mansion, that was a nice house. So I don't know what she's thinking.
Our house was crap. I was disappointed when I walked in.
Really?
I know other girls felt the same way. Everybody else got mansions, and well, I mean, yeah, it was like a nice house, but really the retro theme, they could have let me know. I wanted the modern hot shit theme, you know what I mean? Like, that was not cute. The retro theme was crap, and then most of the shit didn't work.
Oh, really?
I just thought it was unfair. I think they just went on a budget for us, and I just think that was bullshit. I wish I would have known. Like, you could wait for the next season and you get like a nicer house. Like, yeah, let's do that.
Oh my
That
god, that's why
I
she
know you
left.
saw the decorations in that house. It was crappy.
Is there
I mean, the
any other
colors were
people you would have?
definitely. I feel like they were
I,
heavy-handed, trying to say like, "This is Miami. We're not in LA this time." Like they wanted a different aesthetic.
Listen, I
Ugh.
hated it. I literally when I told my mother, I'm like, Ma, I know we're on the phone and it's being recorded, but this house is not what I expected. Most of the rooms were blocked off for them. So there wasn't
See, Teresa thought she was slick talking crap about the house. That's how the producers made sure to kick her butt out when she kicked Janelle in the face with that heel. Ah.
yes, we had a big house, but there was a lot of house that we weren't allowed to go into.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. People don't understand production. They don't understand how it is actually on the show and how much it's not really the people that you're with that are annoying you. It's your production team that's really fucking annoying.
and
But
is
I
it
think
like claustrophobic with time? Like, is it like because you're, and especially in your season, I felt like you were so much in the house. They didn't do much activities with you too much, you
no,
know?
no,
Is
and
it
they
getting
give you
claustrophobic at one point or like just uncomfortable?
they give
And
you a
then you
book
never
of
know.
things to do. They give you a
Mm.
book of things to do, and that's what you're allowed to do. Like, this is where we can film, and I get that. I get that not every camera is gonna, you're not allowed to have cameras in all the establishments in Miami because they already make money. They don't need us there.
Yeah.
But
And you had to
or
leave to do laundry.
right, like but there was just a lot of things. There was a lot of rules. People don't understand when I say like Bad Girls Club is literally just a better type of jail. Like they're telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Not like telling you like, hey, go fight so and so or this, that, or the third. They're taking your phone away. They're taking music away. I don't understand why we couldn't have the music part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't they?
That's common sense. They can't have the music because of copyright. You can't even have music on YouTube barely. That's why I be playing these little tracks that I'll be finding on the SoundCloud in them because they will copyright you. On TV, you can't just be playing Rihanna and stuff and she didn't give you permission on the show. My IG is in the bio. Last name Juku Dua. My ID, I said my ID. My IG is in the bio. So check it out there. Both of my Instagrams. Make sure to follow both. I have my business page and I have my personal page / acting page.
Talk
But
about
to
like
make you
one
angry.
person and gave us like somebody to listen to. Like, did you ask anybody? Because like the no music part would drive you insane.
Yeah, that's what I hate about fans. Fans swear that the girls be the villains, but producers, at least some of them, are they are the real villains. Like,
Thank you. No one understood that, like with anything. And then the only person, like, I'm sure you guys, I mean, you watched the season, so like, it just gets you down. Like you don't have no phone. You don't have like half the time they're cutting off the phone and not letting you talk to your family because someone's over here doing this. It's like, it's definitely like a jail. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all been in jail, but it's definitely like a jail.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild to think that, but it's true.
Yeah.
And then they don't even want you to talk to production. So when like the person that I like, I guess got along with the most, you're gonna be like, was it a girl? No, it was actually a guy from production who would battery me. And as soon as they like realized like we had been talking longer than usual, they told him he can't battery me no more. So I'm like, okay, so my only friend gets taken away.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just not right. And then I got fined for, and I didn't even turn off my light, but they said I turned off my light to my room, which I did not.
Oh my
So,
god.
Yeah.
And how much did you get fined?
Then it's you against them.
Well, they're only giving me $500 a week, and then I got fined for $50. That's in Miami.
Wait, I thought that they had in the Bad Girls Club house those nocturnal lights. You know those like you get to see the camera in the dark type lights. So that changed or what? That's so petty of them charging $50. What I tell y'all, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel bad for any of these reality girls now because they wouldn't be able to survive back then. Look at what they used to do back then. Imagine any of these baddies on Zeus and all them ended up on the BGC. They would leave in like 2 days. I swear to you.
I'm not
Ridiculous.
working.
Yeah.
I'm not working. So $500, you're finding me $50 every time I don't get battery packed. But
In
I mean,
general, $500. If you imagine how long living BGC is, how big it is, how much money they still make off of it, and you guys got your
Exactly,
$500
Sonny.
a week, that's actually really, really, really bad.
yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't really care at the time, even though I was, dancing, but I still went. I was like, I'm still gonna do it, whether they give me 500 or not. But then I realized it was my first time in Miami. Like that was my first time being in Miami. So then I'm like, wow, this is expensive down here.
Mm-hmm.
I spent so much money on my credit card. I swear to God, I was young, so.
Well, of course. And also, you're kind of in survival mode. They want you to feel that way, even though they're bringing people from so many backgrounds. Like, that's supposed to be a positive experience. And I think you still kind of got that, but only with the girls, not the production.
Yeah. Well, that, like I said, people didn't understand why, like, okay, so let me explain this. So they gave some of the girls really nice hotels to stay in for 3 days. So here's how the process, I don't know if anybody explained it. I haven't really watched interviews, I'm gonna be honest, but I don't know if they explained it. So they fly you out 3 days in advance so that you can get the feeling of being alone in a hotel.
Oh.
When I tell you this, they brought me like an apple, some like chips, and this, that, and the third, and then kind of told me like, well, if you want something to eat, just like go across the street. Well, there was construction all around my shitty hotel that they had gave me, but I still was like, fuck it, I'm still gonna go with this process. At first I didn't know if it was real because I was in such a crappy hotel.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I was like, Mom, are you sure I'm on the show?
Listen, they do this with Big Brother too, and like Big Brother's even worse. I heard for Big Brother, they'll fly you out weeks in advance, and then you'll be cooped up in a country somewhere. I heard this year they flew them out to Mexico, and they shut them out somewhere in Mexico, and then flew them to the U.S. To start filming the show. So they do that like on purpose to see how you gonna deal with it before going to the house. That's why they cast alternates. Alternates are like they have like, let's say they're casting 16 people, right? They'll have their 16 that they wanted, but then they'll have like 7 that just in case somebody fall out, they could put them right back in. So yeah.
I can see why you compare it to jail then.
Yeah, well,
More
this
than
is just the shitty hotel. This is the shitty hotel part where they keep you for 3 days. Well, then after
and starve you.
And then kind of starved me, yeah, for sure. I had like a couple apples, and I remember some chips, some granola bar type things that I never ate before.
Oh,
and you can just walk. I mean, you could still walk out of your room, but the restaurant. Here's the shit part: my hotel's restaurant and the whole restaurant was under construction, so that's what was shitty about mine. And then I hear other people got really nice ones and whatnot around the goddamn city, but maybe they just thought, well, she's from Ohio, she can handle it.
Wow.
But no, so then they take your phone away from you first thing. And the problem I had was when we were getting on the boat, like I had asked them, and the only questions I really asked was like, am I original? And they were like, yes, you're for sure an original. So I was like, why have I been in this hotel for 3 days? They're like, you're an original for sure. And I said, well, I understand that I'm a stripper, but I don't want to walk in with no clothes on.
Yeah.
I didn't want to walk in with no clothes on. Well, if you guys see the episode, you see how weirdly I changed was because so we go on that boat and then they took my clothes. They took the dress. They tell me to pick out a dress, pick out heels and everything like that. I had everything picked out for the first day. I knew I was getting on the boat in a bikini and I was cool with that. But I wanted to change before I met the other girls. No, they took my clothes, put it on a different boat and said your clothes will be in the kitchen.
There's like what?
So why I started crying. And like
Yeah.
people were like, it's okay. And like like Mimi was like super nice because she was on the boat with me, and she was just like, it's okay. I'm like, yeah, but I'm the only one who's showing up in a bikini. I'm not like, yeah, I'm a dancer, but I'm not like that type of girl. You get what I'm
Of
saying?
Yeah.
course, being a dancer doesn't mean that.
Oh, these producers were so shady. They were so shady. They were so shady. They were so shady. So they were trying to make her look like she's like a scantily cat girly, okay, showing up in that bikini. But I remember the first episode. That wasn't the impression we got of her. We got like rocker, gothy vibes. We never got like, shaking my chimichangas in your face, like woo, tip me. We never got that vibe from her. So I'm kind of confused. But then who knows?
You're being like you want to show
Yeah.
yourself naked all the time for free.
Yeah.
That matters.
I'm actually more covered like than most of the girls in there. So I'm like, I'm mad. Like I was so upset. It still makes me want to cry to this day. Like it was the most
Wow.
bullshit thing because it
So
happened first
disrespectful.
day. It happened first day.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
told them
Even to a
I do not
woman.
want to be the type to show up in a bikini. I mean, yeah, I mean it looked good, but it had me, my attitude was off from like first day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they
okay,
Yeah,
should
the
I see
first
how
day
this is
you
gonna
were
go.
not. The first day you were not really feeling it, right?
Yeah, like it, and it wasn't like I wanted a lead type feeling, but it was more angry. Like I know how this is gonna go now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you
It was
watch
testing
any
you.
seasons? Did you watch any seasons of Bad Girls Club, like any other seasons before yours?
Oh my gosh, yes. I watched almost every single season of Bad Girls Club before I got on. Literally, but I stopped watching after my season just because of the way production is and the way that they move. No.
Yeah.
I
Who would
never did. I honestly like it's wild. I don't even think I finished my own season.
yeah.
Mhm.
Who were your favorite Bad?
No shade, Teresa, but you weren't on it for that long, girl. I'm just saying. Why does it join baddies with all the Jazz Monet? I think Natalie and her don't get along, so I don't think Natalie's gonna cast her. I think that's who you're talking about, right?
Girls from past seasons?
Genevicia.
Mhm.
She's my one and only. And Leah. I liked Leah too, but I love Genevicia like
Oh,
more than anything. She's
speaking-
I'm older, so
So you mean to tell me your favorite bad girl is the N-word calling bad girl out of all the bad girls? And Leah makes sense because you look like her. But Genevicia, that makes me side eye you, Teresa. I don't know.
like Genevicia is that was my girl. If you
No,
watch
she's
that
cool.
season, she was really
Definitely.
bad.
Yeah,
Genuinely was bad. Like she was bad.
she was a bad girl.
She was
Definitely.
hot as fuck. She was bad as fuck. She literally was bad.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
loved her.
but speaking of Leah from season 5, like in my opinion, you and Leah have so many like similarities. Like, would you ever like be down to like link up with Leah, like, or?
Oh yeah, and she's very nice. Like online. What I know of her online, she's like very nice.
Mm,
And I think that she's successful, and I think that she's gorgeous. She's a good one.
she is. She is.
Have you guys done an interview with her?
No, I feel like we're down to like interview older girls, but like when it comes to Leah, like she's expressed that she's like, over BGC or whatever, which I totally get. So it's like I feel like trying to interview her wouldn't necessarily work. But we've had like a live session with Kristen from the season, and we've messaged Kat from her season. But I'm pretty sure like Leah would be down, like if she really like knows about like how our page is, like since it's about positivity. So
Yeah, I feel like I haven't done any. I didn't do any interviews. But now that I remember, I did watch Sarah's interview. Did Sarah do one with you guys?
No, she did one with Justin JC.
Okay. I feel like I remember when.
Shout out to Justin JC. I F with Justin JC. He cool.
When she did a very first interview.
Yeah, with Mona Simone, maybe. A Connection.
That was it. That was
Okay.
the name. They had asked me too. I don't know. It's not that I was steering clear of BGC, and it's not that I don't care to talk about it, which I probably should have, because I get told to do the interviews a lot more because they want answers. But it's not that I was backing away from it. It's just that our season, like you said, they hate it.
Mm.
But I don't understand that. There's a lot of seasons I didn't like, but I guess.
And there's a lot of seasons that had a lot more jumping than season 11. Fans are
I
mad.
know. I don't get it, but
Season
It's
8 and 15
critical,
actually. The problem with season 11 is that it ended with Haley jump, and that was just the most graphic one BGC had. And that the reunion was like the victims stayed victims, and the way it was edited, so the fans left with a bad feeling this season, and I think that's why it's so hated. The end was terrible.
yeah, but I also hated our season. It didn't matter what you did, there was so many replacements.
Mm.
Like there was
Yeah.
a lot of seasons after us that were beating the shit out of each other, but we're going home for doing barely the bare minimum.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
true.
that was wild. There was
That's
people that
true.
were really getting messed up.
Yeah, I don't understand why you went home, but for example, Gigi, when she jumped, Shanae not, and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the Shanae fight was terrible because she called me while you got to think that was within days of me.
Hey, Cam, you said because you was doing the jumping boo boo. Listen, one thing about BGC11, it will remain trash to me. I think that is one of the worst seasons, and they had to disgrace our city of Miami by coming here and disgracing it. Okay, so it is one of the worst seasons because not even just the jumping, it's because some of the girls that they casted were just all followers. Let's say they didn't even jump, they just all agreed with each other on every single thing and always targeting one girl at a time. So that's why it was just annoying. I still like BGC 8 over BGC 11, period. Hey Sherry, you said Johnson would power up with the alleged doing over there. No way Natalie would come out that a lot.
Going home, and I stayed in Miami for an extra week or two, and she had called me in the hotel, and she was super upset. She was just like, I'm gonna leave, and I told her not to, but she still was bound to leave. Shanae was really upset about that because she didn't understand it. She didn't understand why she got fired. I didn't understand it when I watched that episode.
Right.
But I don't know if you know or if anybody's told you, but they said that they what she was thinking happened. I still remember this to this day. She said that they needed one less for Puerto Rico, and like they were being cheap. They needed to get a girl to go home because they needed one less for Puerto Rico.
Mm.
I'm telling.
These producers, I don't think that's true. That's crazy. Because okay, around the time BGC11 was airing, that is a little bit around the time BGC started going downhill, just a little bit. But I really don't think they'll be that cheap to do that to one girl over a trip. And then they got to invite all the production anyways to go over there. So how is one less girl gonna be so more expensive? I don't know. I don't know about that.
It was cheap. That's what happened. That's what Shanae said was going on. She said, I believe that they needed one less for Puerto Rico. Like they didn't want to spend money.
Shanae got, in general, treated badly. I feel like at the reunion too. Like she really got. But I guess all of you didn't get treated good.
No. You should have like the episode where Jazz got sick. They were acting like they never seen puke before in their entire life. Like you have us drinking every single night, and you're worried about a little vomit in the cab. Like it was a mistake. It's an accident. You know what I mean?
And
I'm telling you, when I tell you, like there was just so many things. Like, okay, it's my first time driving in Miami. I accidentally make a wrong turn and I'm getting yelled at and talked to like I'm about to get fined for making the wrong turn. Like I'm not from Miami. I don't drive in Miami. Like,
Mhm.
what do you want me to do? There's a lot of it's production, but I think that's their job, is to get you, fired up,
Yeah.
Right.
Would you call
I
it
honestly,
abusive?
I wish we just would have had nicer production or more explained production, because when they told me, like, yeah, you're gonna get to live your normal life, I don't get talked to like this. I do
Mhm.
not get talked to like this. Like, and you can't fight production, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Did you
It's
have the
not
thought?
normal life at all.
Did you have the thought it was mentally abusive as it was going on?
Not at the time. I would say
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was already going through shit like with somebody like that. So it was just like,
Mhm.
I didn't see it. But now that you see it now, and it's just like, I think that honestly was their job, though. Like, keep them
Yeah.
irritable. Keep them
Mhm.
irritable at all times.
Yeah.
I wanted Tess to stay because I liked her for she was. So pretty much you have some nudes of me, sir.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm telling you, production is the too crazy. Like,
Abusive as it was going on.
Hold on, I just skipped some tea. Hold on, y'all.
not at the time. I would say
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was already going through shit like with some. I'm sure you remember. There's like a place where it kind of like blocks you, right?
Yeah.
Well, production is 6 foot tall, and he's standing there with a camera like this.
Mhm.
I mean,
And
that
it's
was a
all
little
men.
crazy. Yes, like he's standing with the camera above the part where he's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be filming up above. So pretty much you have some nudes of me, sir.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm telling you, production is the part that is
That's so
uncomfortable about the show.
creepy.
They feel like they
try
hit the
to hit on
lottery.
you? Did they try to hit on you or flirt with you guys sometimes?
No, like I said, I made a friend. I mean, I probably thought he was cute, but I made a friend with the guy who was miking me. He was very nice. He would just be like, I can like see that you're just not good today.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? I'm talking to him about production. So of course that's the one that they took away from me. But like, motherfucker, I'm going crazy over here. There's nothing to do.
But do you agree as well that, like, fans need to let the hate go that they have for your season? Because in my opinion, your season wasn't even. They always say season 11 is the worst season. In my opinion, season 11 wasn't the worst season. It was very entertaining. And one thing I don't like is the complaint about the jumping. But I'm like, the jumping is the only reason why y'all are tuned in. If it was called the Good Girls Club, I wouldn't be tuned in. Like, why are y'all complaining? Like,
I'm gonna have to step on this one. It's not even just about the jumping. It was because all the girls were followers. They were all followers that season, and like it was annoying because some of the stuff that they followed each other about, it was so dumb. You could see that they were too cliquish. The reason why BGC8 was still entertaining, even though there was a lot of jumping, they weren't all followers. Sometimes they disagreed within each other. The cliques sometimes kind of disagreed within each other. But then in Miami, you had the four: Jazz, Tiana, Gigi, and Steph. They all stuck together throughout the whole duration, even though they had a little disagreement every now. But like BGC8, they ended up turning against each other, so it was fun to watch. So I still think 11 is one of the worst seasons. I think it is the worst season in my opinion.
Yeah,
it was years ago. Like,
it was so many years ago. Listen, I still get hate mail to this day because, like, you know how it went back on like Tubi, and it's been coming back a lot. So everyone's watching every season. So like, I get hate mail all the time. But then I get people who honestly, like, people can say that, oh, well, that's the most hated season. That it can't be, because I get so much love from some of my fans, and I help so many people that are fans of my season. Like, people don't understand, and they understand me, and like, all the things I've been through over the years. So it's like, I don't know. They can say that that's the most hated season. That's what I got, chose for. So there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not the reason why it's the most hated. I'll say that.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I think production thought it was like cute to make like a quick season or like a darker season, and then it was the editing that made people look like villains and that made victims look like heroes. And
First, because nobody understands. Everyone loved Mimi walking into it. Everyone loved Mimi walking into that show. Every girl did, except for like I just wasn't feeling it. She's from LA. She's talking about Justin Bieber. I don't know. Maybe that's because it has nothing to do with me, and I've never been with, I didn't at that point wasn't with famous people or whatnot. But it was like, oh my God, I love her, and she had so much money, and I don't know. If you already have some credit behind you, Sarah had credit. She did reality shows behind her and everything like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You get to be the favorite, but people are thinking, oh, well, you guys just picked on her. Well, nobody understands that I love Sarah, but she was like, you guys are boring. We really need to step it up. We need to like talk about things. We need to do things. And, about the Gigi stuff, she was not being nice about the baby monitor stuff. That was where I didn't like that. I want to be a bad girl, but not a mean girl. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So she was being mean about it. Like, oh, well, I just don't like her. Like, I'm confused. I thought we were doing this for fun. People don't understand it because they edited that out. When I talked to Sarah about the baby monitor thing, I was just like, I thought we were doing this for fun. Now it's being mean girl status. And I like Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see why she could. Why wouldn't you like Gigi?
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to Gigi, like she's one of the girls from the season we really want to interview, because it's like fans may think, like fans have all this hate for Gigi, but like we see nothing but good in Gigi. So it's just like confusing.
Gigi is a sweet girl.
And she's funny.
It's a sweet girl. She was sweet when she came in.
And then my thing is like Janelle and Gigi even talked it out at the reunion. So since Janelle's over the stuff, the fans should be too. Like Gigi and Janelle have moved on from those issues. So it's like crazy how the fans choose to like hate girls.
Gigi and Janelle are cool since when? Because Janelle be throwing shots. Nah, she don't be throwing shots now, but I remember like before Baddies and stuff came about, I don't even think she was even cool with any of them like that, except for like Tiana. But when did Gigi and Janelle get cool? Let me find out. Worst season, in my opinion, was the season with Elise. BGC 8 wasn't that bad because we got our redemption arc with the twins getting jumped, because they started jumping people and they ended up getting jumped. I like that because we won at the end. Like they got their karma. BGC 11, none of the girls ended up getting their karma. That's what was annoying to us watching it.
From decade-old 44-minute episodes that they don't even know personally. That's my thing. Like it's just confusing. Like
it's very confusing. But you know what? Ever since I'm gonna say this because you guys are doing an interview, and I just feel like one person I've lost contact with is Jazz, and I'm still unsure why. So when you interview Jazz, I would like to know what that's about. Like it was so random that
we're actually in kind of close contact with her, and she was our first interview, so I think it's actually the same. I talked to her and she actually said the same. You kind of like lost contact and she doesn't know why.
And then it happened again, and I was just like, you know what? All right. I just left it at what it is. If you know what I mean. I don't know if she's mad because I love Janelle. Everybody knows I love Janelle. We put that behind us quickly. People don't understand that. We put that behind us very quickly. I mean, she went to South Korea with me. She went to Germany with me.
Oh wow.
You were in Germany?
The bookings yes, we were in Frankfurt.
Oh, next time come to Berlin. I invite you to the club. Frankfurt. We go to the VIP.
The BGC girls were getting booked for real. Nowadays, that'll never happen to any of the Baddies girls. They're getting booked for real.
Frankfurt was wild. But I had got sick as soon as American men, but I don't know. So it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible then, at least.
It's not everywhere. It's not everywhere. It's just in the main quarter, where the train station.
Yeah, and they're great. They love to party.
Cool.
People in South Korea like to party a lot. Like there's partying until like 6 a.m.
From Love Game Street, like is it true that
we need the buddy system back from the club because it's just dangerous for females? But I feel like it's dangerous for females damn near anywhere.
Yeah, period. Anywhere.
You know what I mean? With this day and age, like I'm not trusting anybody. I would definitely have 3 or 4 girls with me.
Yeah. A question. Another question I have is it true that like you dated I'm thinking of like Love Games right now, and I'm like, because I seen a picture somewhere like years ago of you and Jordan from Love Games 3. Like, is it true that
Oh,
you? Yeah.
oh my gosh, no. And that's my friend Ray's friend. My friend Ray, who I still talk to this day. No, we never ever, but he's really nice, and he still talks to my mom. Like, he's always been nice ever since this show. Like, when I got eliminated or what, booted.
Not eliminated.
Booted. He came to the hotel. I can't remember what I needed at the time, but he brought me something. We still kicked it and we drank before I left. But no, he's not like, I don't think he's ever even like hit on me.
Mm-hmm.
He never even hit on me. He just is really close. He used to be really close with my friend Ray.
You're good friends with Sydney from season 6. He was on Sydney's season of Love Games, Sydney and Judy's season of Love Games, and he got eliminated fast.
He
Then
was?
Yeah. It's crazy
No.
how the world works. It's a small world. But yeah, and then he appeared on your season. It was way before, way after you left, and then him and Shanae talked or whatever. I don't know if you remember that.
That was the boat ride, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I met them in the club just only one night, him and Ray. And then Ray, you know, he's one of my best friends. So he was telling me all about the boat ride and everything, and kind of like the drama that was getting started with everything. I don't know. I think he, you know, but good strategy. He wanted to get involved. He wanted to be on TV. I'm not going to blame him, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that he definitely was, though. He was like, I'm trying to get on every single show, which is fine. Everybody wants to be, you know, some people have goals of being famous. That's what he's doing.
Yes.
I don't blame him shit. If there's like a show, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go. If they want me to go, that's the only thing. Because I don't know how he was invited. I never asked that. I need to ask Ray, like, how did y'all end up coming around? Was it them again? Because like production, because it's the same way with Ray J. If you don't remember, they don't show like how Ray J came into play. They literally specifically planned where someone would meet Ray J in the shop next door. And unfortunately, I needed hair at the time. And as soon as I walk in, there's Ray J. Like, this isn't set up. So it was funny. So listen, I wasn't even going along with their shit. I was not even going along with their shit. And I was just trying to ring out and cash out. And then they like made it like a point where Ray J had to talk to me in order to be like, yeah, well, we're going to be at this club tonight. But it was funny. I was not playing into it because I'm like, I'm not going to talk to him. He could want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm. So the Sarah and Stephanie argument was because he first talked to Stephanie, right? And then Sarah went there, got the number, and didn't want to give it to Stephanie, right?
Yeah, well, we had already had the number, yeah, like, but she wasn't wanting to give it up, and it was confusing because he just kind of wanted to party with all of us.
Remember Sarah's Hope had when she had the little notebook and she was like, "What's your number?" And then Sarah was iconic. Like, I can't nobody tell me nothing.
That's why I told her, I already got the number, bitch. But like, we can just. He wants to hang with everybody. It isn't gotta. They were making it. It was getting personal too quick. That man does not. He wants to be on his damn television. No, y'all are taking it personal. Like he really wants to be with y'all. Stop. Stupid. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yes, sure.
He was set up with production. It wasn't no coincidence. Ray J was at a hair shop right next to us. No, he's not just gonna be at a hair shop. What is he buying? He wasn't buying anything.
I wonder how much they pay him for appearances, because I guess he will have a certain price. And I mean, they are greedy normally.
Yeah. $500 a week. Everyone thinks I made $1 billion off of BGC. No, I mean, here's the thing about it. I didn't.
Oh, but they lost a lot with lawsuits, so they got their karma.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Lawsuits from
There,
what? From who?
there was a huge lawsuit after season 14, the Claremont twins and Jellemina. And
It's the way he say Jayla Mina ain't Jayla Mina. I live for his accent.
they won. And it was because production sent them to the club, and meanwhile let the other girls at the house destroy everything they own, like literally everything. And it was like Birkin bags and stuff like that,
Right.
you know.
Oh yeah.
So and then they came home, of course, like exploded and were angry, and then they were sent home, and not the girls who did the damage. And yeah, they went to court and they won. And then it was
And they
season 15,
absolutely won in
16.
life. What are they talking? Like, look at them girls now. What?
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
they had
But yeah,
three.
I would. There would be a lawsuit for sure. Like, because even with our season, you couldn't touch people's stuff. They didn't like you to touch people's stuff.
They keep
There were
moving.
there were so many differences. Like every show is different with production or something. I don't know if they get new production every season, but it's like, oh no, you can't touch her makeup bag. Like that's before that happened to them. So what are you talking about? You hit someone with a pillow in our season and you're going home. But then you got girls like beating the shit, jumping each other in the sense of like, who was it that was it my next season? I heard about that girl that was super bullied. Is her name Kaylee?
Kaylee was season
Kelly
16.
16, season 16.
I heard about her and I saw clips of her on Instagram where she got kicked in the back and stuff.
For Dream
That
Girl.
shit was sad. That's a real bully.
Dragged out of the house, like on
But
her.
you know what?
Like,
She should have went off. She should have had a psyche breakers. I would have had a whole mental. The house would have been on fire.
oh, but she did fight back in the first time.
Did she?
Like they literally picked her up. One girl took her legs, one girl took her arms, and then they dragged her out and threw her down the stairs. And she broke her ankle. And she still stood up and ran up on Winter, if you know who that
Oh
is.
shit!
Yes,
Yep.
and she
I
literally.
gotta watch that season now.
Yeah, and she hit her too.
Yeah. But speaking of seasons, do you agree that like season 1 girls of BGC, like the very first season, like the OGs, like deserve credit? Because in my opinion, I feel like they do, because it's like they get like overlooked. I feel like
They get overlooked. I don't think so. I think that the past seasons, they're the real OGs, the legends of Bad Girls Club. That's why, as much as people can hate Natalie, she's still an OG. She's still a legendary Bad Girls Club, member. That's just that. You're not going to stop that. Like who Natalie Nunn is. Natalie Nunn has made a name for herself.
I agree 100%. A lot of people be hating on Natalie, but she's kept the BGC train going and a trucking, so you can't really hate on that. So I'm really excited for Baddies West. So shout out to Natalie, okay, for keeping us entertained all these years and keep chasing the bag that she'll never find.
Had a name from Bad Girls Club, but yeah. So I don't know. I definitely think that people love seeing the twins, Danny and her sister Gabby. They'll never
And
stop.
they kept on jumping people.
Listen.
And they kept on jumping people.
It's just that I feel like every season is different. Every season is different it must be production being like, okay, this can happen here and this can happen here and this can happen to so and so, but this can't happen to her. We like her because she's causing all this drama, that, and the third. But that's the shit part about it is they want to sit there and everyone loves Sarah. Everyone like that didn't make sense to me in the sense of they weren't. But you know what? Like you said, production chopped and screwed shit, and they didn't show where it was constantly talked about fucking with famous people being on reality shows already and this, that, and the third. That's fine. Production puts it to make it where people like certain people. That's just how it goes.
Right.
That's just how it goes. It's
Did
confusing.
you do bookings and club appearances after the show?
Do what?
Bookings like club appearances?
Yeah, that's the best part about Bad Girls Club is being off the show and going everywhere and drinking for thousands of dollars. What?
Have
Who
you?
doesn't want to fly out and get drunk on their bottles in your own section and fucking it's amazing. That was the best part about Bad Girl Stuff. I always tell people that it's not about being on the show, it's about the after show. The promoting is so much fun. I think that people just really like to be online, and I don't know. Internet
And
fights.
people take it too personal, you know.
People take Bad Girl Stuff way too personal, and they weren't even there. They have no idea.
Yeah, it must hit some type of insecurity to have so much anger to sit there and like bash somebody, and like after 10 years.
I
Like-
I really wish they could experience it. Like I really do. And all the people that literally have shit to say about any of the girls on there, go ahead, and it's literally like a jail. Like it's just you get a little bit more perks. You get liquor.
Yeah.
It's a jail. I'm not kidding. Get your cell phone taken away from you. No music. Your lights are controlled by them. You cannot turn on no music. Do not turn off your own light. Tell me that's not jail.
That's why y'all don't feel like I'll ever do reality TV, because I feel like I'm gonna end up having like a mental breakdown, because dude, like I don't like that. I do not like that, and I don't even like being around a whole bunch of people at once. So it's like that's just never gonna be tea. They had Mimi as on there talking about she messed with Justin Bieber. Like that's a flex. That not gonna lie, the beginning of BGC11, like the first 2 episodes were good, but then after that it just turned to trash.
Though you have to get your lights turned off by them.
Yeah.
Can you come
And
turn off my lights? I'm getting ready to go to bed. What kind of shit is that?
Right. And it's
I never
hypocritical.
knew
Like,
that. They didn't tell me that.
everybody, even outside in a not controlled environment, like drunk on a party, would feel some type of way if he would see his friend being beat up. So he would jump.
No, not that quick. But like when I tell you the first day they sat us down in the living room, in the shit living room, and was like, "You guys are boring." And we were just like, "Well, we don't even know each other's names automatically right off rip." But they did. They sat down and was like, "You guys are boring." And that's when like I said, Sarah was like, "Yeah, we are kind of boring. Like we need to like step it up." And it's like, I did not know I was here to act.
Yeah.
I'm not an actress. I'm not. I really do not know how to act. That's why like the interviews were super hard too, because they'd be like, "Well, can you say that Sarah is a big dummy?" Like I would never say that. They would say stupid shit like, "Can you say Sarah is a big dummy?" Like I would never say that. So no, I can't, because it sounds stupid as fuck. And they would sometimes tell you to say things. That was the only thing when people are like, was it like scripted? No, nobody got, I didn't get a script at least, but they would tell you to say stupid shit sometimes that you would never say.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I wasn't getting calls from production on the bat phone saying like, "Hey, go up there and fight and whatnot." But some people were getting calls on the bat phone. They just know who they could play. You know what I mean? They knew who was going to go along with it. And I was very like rebellious to the production. I don't care, but I thought what they told me in the interview when I first interviewed out in LA was that we were going to live our own lives and not have like weird shit going on. It was just weird to me. It was weird that, I don't know, certain people were getting favored because they were good at doing that and putting on the show. But it's just like, can't the fights be natural? Can't everything be natural? Not like they were trying not to be natural with it. I'm sure we're going to fight about something. There's no music, there's no phones, there's no nothing. And it's just us looking at each other all day. Like, but they wouldn't give it time. They wanted it now. Like the first day they were like, "You guys are boring." What? We just literally got in here like 4 hours ago. What do you mean?
Right.
So that's annoying when they're trying to make things.
It's unfortunate that Tess left so early. I think the whole season.
Now Tess wouldn't have added anything to this season more than it was gone. I'm sorry, Tess would not have added any more to this season. And also, it's kind of crazy how they sat with them the first episode and told them this, because for y'all to be sat down the first day, that means y'all really had to just been sitting there. Because y'all remember the first day, Tess was like, I don't feel like going out, dude. Like, no, like, I just want to chill and like smoke my cigs and just, get another tattoo. Like, I'm not doing it, that's how she used to talk. So I could see them doing that to them for real. So I guessing the people that she said were getting favored were probably Mimi, Sarah, and probably like Tiana and them, because they were the ones starting the drama.
Would have went totally different if she would have stayed. And also that Mylan and Sarah had to go home. I think both of them could have stayed. And then like Benzie wasn't necessary, Haley wasn't necessary. That was like random at the end.
Any of that. They never gave a chance for any of that. It was just like, oh, you fought, you're out. I think that they were just being cheap on my season. That's all I think. I honestly do. They probably offered the replacements less money. Like, we give them $500 a week. We'll give you 2.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm just guessing because they were really cheap on our season. That's all I gotta say. It was cheap. Yeah. When people ask me would I do Bad Girls Club over, they better give me something real nice, because
Did you get an extra check for the reunion?
Yes, but I don't remember how much it was because it was that low. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing exquisite. Nothing that was like compared to the money that I make in a strip club, at the time, because I don't strip no more. But yeah, it was still low. I'd have to ask the girls what it was that we got. It was that's how like much money it was. It wasn't a lot.
Did you stop dancing right after BGC, or did you dance for a while?
I still danced like here and there, but no, I couldn't because I was always gone. Like like before?
Yeah, before.
I don't know. I still love my cast. I just wish I would have had different production, honestly. I think things could have went different. I think a few people could have been I don't know, taken out. There was a lot of real ones on my cast. Jazz is real, Tiana's real, fucking Gigi.
Stephanie did. I know Stephanie did. Jazz did for I think a little bit, and then Benzie did. Gigi did, and Gigi and Tiana are still in contact with Mimi. But Jazz, like, I guess you and Jazz see eye to eye when it comes to Mimi. So Jazz definitely didn't stay in touch with Mimi longer.
I didn't at all. But at that time I didn't care for her. And people like it wasn't out of jealousy. It was just out of the fact of like, we get it. You have money. I get it. It gets
no shade, but Mimi still has money now. She's married to I think like a baller or something like that. So sisters girls getting to the coin. Okay, so basically they're saying that none of them are really still in contact with Mimi. I think the only person that's still in contact or cool with them is I think probably like Tiana or something like that. So yeah.
It's annoying when someone's boasting about what they have all the time or what they've done. That's not my type of friend. That's the difference between me and other people. I don't really give a fuck about what you have. So pale all the time usually. And
setting.
I seriously love Tess, and as like when you're just talking to her, like just chilling with her, like when I was chilling with her outside, but she was just like, there's just no privacy here. And I'm like,
correction, there's no privacy. She never said privacy, y'all. She said there's no privacy. She's like, Mom, there's no privacy in this. I gotta leave, Mom. I gotta leave. That was such a waste of a season of original, to be honest. Like they just did that whole season backwards. I know the production was so mad when she went home.
Privacy.
yeah. Yeah, but it was, I don't know. She was definitely out of it. She did not, I don't know. Maybe it was the bathroom thing. Like the shower thing, but I mean, it was a clear shower. There was this marking. I don't know. And then the bathroom kind of wasn't, it was just a sheet, it was not a door. Maybe it was like the actual privacy, because I don't know why else she would have thought that there would be privacy when she knows that cameras going to be on us at all times. Maybe she didn't know it was going to be at all times. Like, they're not coming into the bathroom with you, but they are coming into the shower room. Maybe that was just like a trigger or something for her. Sarah did too much. I'm happy you're calling her out. I'm not calling her out. I like Sarah, but I just wish that she would have been more not going along with production about trying to make it more fast paced into arguing and fighting and stuff. I love Sarah. Like, I think that she's a good human being, but I feel like she should have been more not worried about how boring it is to them, to production. Don't worry about how boring it is to production. That's all I'm saying. Let's have authentic arguments, fights, and love towards to each other. You understand? That's all I want.
Steph and Gigi like got into like a disagreement because Stephanie was apparently talking bad about Gigi, so then Gigi came to Stephanie and they fought. But I personally don't believe that, and then they like twisted Gigi's words. They try to make it seem like Gigi jumped Stephanie when Gigi didn't. They just, I think, had a one-on-one fight. But
oh shit, I did not know that. I had no idea. Are they cool now?
No, but I heard that that's the reason that Stephanie fell out with like most of the Wolfpack members. She only like, because I already know that Stephanie's only cool with you and Benzie and Haley from your season, but she probably felt like Tiana and Jazz chose Gigi's side, but I'm not sure like why she doesn't speak to them.
I remember hearing about that Gigi pulled up on Stephanie's job and hit her with a boop 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 boop, hit her with the Krishan. I remember that, so I did hear about that story. So it's kind of funny how all that happened after the show. I said Tess. Teresa sounds more country than I remember her being. She's like, I didn't even know. Oh wow, I didn't think she talked that country. I thought she spoke with like more of an American accent.
Like really speak, it's crazy. So was that like immediately after our show?
Yeah,
like years ago.
Yeah. I want to say 2014 maybe. Like,
shit, yeah, that was like a year after, right? My show was 2013, right? I think so.
Late 2013 or like I want to say 2014, like 2014 or 2015.
That's crazy though. They actually
so long ago. Crazy.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
That had to have been for like pretty much no reason, or an interview that went bad. An interview that went bad in the sense of she said something, I don't know, because that they got along.
Yeah.
I don't know what they could have fought about because they got along. I don't know. I still keep Gigi on my page. I still keep stuff, but they're ones that I talk to the least. I talk to Janelle the most, like just bullshit with her. Yeah, we ended up like, but I liked her on the show, if you guys don't remember. But then it just I had to at like this she did, I don't know. Okay, there's gonna be some negative. There's gonna be some hate, and let me see here. No, I'm not with that guy from my show.
Yay, because I just rewatched it.
Why do I think that violence is more tolerated after? You guys will have to ask production on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually really weird because now the new shows on Zeus have like often jumping situation, bullying situations, and so on, and fans think it's all good and fun and giggles. Like nobody complains nowadays, which is so weird in contrast to the time back then. Compared to you guys, and I don't know how it is explainable. It must have something to do, I don't know, with climate change or something.
I feel like the reason why it's like that is because now we're so desensitized and seeing fights like everywhere and just crap around the world everywhere. That's why nobody's like shook by it. Back then, we wasn't used to seeing all this type stuff that goes on now. So that's why everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's bullying." But like now, it's like, "Oh, okay, she got beat up. Okay, next." That's why.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they let, like I said, they let a lot of things go on that that season with the Instagram baddies. They let a lot of shit go on that one, and I mean, I don't know. And then what was the one I didn't get to watch. Like I said, I didn't really watch them all because I was just always doing something, partying, doing something. What was the one where they had a therapist?
It started right
after mine.
I
They
think
should have
so.
gave us the therapist one. I needed someone to talk
Laura.
to. They should have gave me the therapist.
Mhm.
God damn it! I needed someone to talk to. They kept taking all the people I was talking to.
Does anyone know
Yeah,
what
but she was
ratings?
reality star. She was on
were?
Fear Factor earlier. She was not a
Wait.
real therapist.
She was on
Did-
Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Like she participated.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Who remembers Life Coach Laura on the Fear Factor? Because I remember her. She had them light eyes, and she had almost won her episode or whatever. I remember seeing her on the Fear Factor. I went back and watched it. I remember when the season was airing.
Wait a second.
oh,
I thought you meant I
don't
should be
know.
the next one on.
Yeah. Then they brought in Dr. Laura.
I needed Dr. Laura.
Laura.
I needed Dr. Laura.
Yeah.
Don't fight. And I was like, well, that is wrong. She's allowed to say whatever she wants. If it would have been me or Jazz or somebody saying some weird shit.
Ambitious.
There was crazy comments that were put out there that some of them I didn't even know she said. And then I'm just like, okay, but that's okay. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah. It was a lot. And also at that time, it was kind of before this whole social justice internet thing. So people didn't always have the quality or feel like
show that she said it. Because remember, she was on a different show. So I don't know. I never heard her.
Yeah. But also, like, do you have any advice or like positive wisdom that you could share to some of the BGC fans like that go through bullying? Like, you know, advice on how to stay strong and stuff throughout it.
I feel like that's being bullied is really hard. You know what I mean? I grew up with like no money and stuff like that, and it's just, you know what I mean? There's no way, like, you start swinging on that bitch. I didn't want to be that person, but they definitely do leave you alone when you do stand up for yourself. Because, I mean, defend yourself
But
reasonably.
you can't
But some
expect
people,
everybody. It's difficult to get advice.
I mean,
Yeah.
Season 2.
they're not on season 2 because that reason.
Mm-hmm.
What? No.
I heard at the reunion they basically gonna all be against Natalie. Somehow they all fell out. You know.
Like someone said, knowing because it's for show. Exactly. Well, I think I can find another way to make $1,000.
This was filmed around the time Baddies South, I guess, was doing their reunion, so that's why they're talking about Natalie.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Layla and Krishan, but they also just met each other. A lot of the girls already knew each other and were like not sure what their relationship is.
I love her. I think that
I love her too.
I think that she's been through so much, and people do not like. I think that people do relate to her like pain. Like everyone knows that, like she, you know what I mean. It's upsetting because you can tell that girl, like, you know what I mean. She really is going through shit. It's sad. I hope that, I don't know. I hope she's happy.
Rooting
I
for
hope
her.
she gets happy. I feel bad for her. I think a lot of people feel bad for her. She's probably a really great person, but
Her music is actually dope, and
Yeah.
and she has a great personality. Like, she doesn't need him.
that you love so much, they have to completely destroy you in order to like restart. Teresa, I saw a little bit of the clips from Baddies South, and they were picking on her.
Yes. And I didn't expect that because she looked bad in the press. That's all I knew about her, that she was looking bad in the press. And then I see this and I'm like, she's the only one not bothering anyone.
And they know that what she's going through.
Also, I'm gonna put up a video. I saw that Rolly did an interview, and I saw somebody in the comments commenting earlier. The person who interviewed her was on this channel and stuff like that. So, not too big of a fan. Plus, this is my whole thing that Rolly did an interview and talked about the whole rock thing. Baddies South is over. I could care less about what anybody has to say about Baddies South, unless it's something that like I found out that it's so like, oh my god, we never knew. Like, we knew Persuasion was talking crap about Rock before she got in the house, because they said at the reunion when Jayla was like, but you were talking about Rock before she got in the house, Sway. Like, remember when she said that? Like, we all knew that. So it's like, that's why everybody keeps sending me the clips, and so I'm like, I don't care. Like, we're on to a new season now. I want to find out what's going on in the West. The South is done now, okay? Left the South. Scotty Slap is still there, okay? Her taste is still there.
I know they know what she's going through with that man. So I mean, take it easy on her. I'm surprised they didn't baby her a little bit. Like I said, I don't talk to her a lot, just here and there.
Like, you know, like we want fans to see her in a better light. So in hopes of it changing the fans.
But yeah, no, I can ask G, but I don't know. She is a mom. She is like doing a whole line. I don't know if she'll want to. There's just certain people I'm just like, I wonder if they're like off the Bad Girls Club. You know what I mean? I haven't done an interview. This is my first interview that I've done. So
and we really appreciate it, by the way, Teresa.
yeah, no. Everyone was like, do an interview with them. I'm like
So that was the end of the interview, guys. She seems pretty nice, to be honest. Like, I never hated Teresa, but I just didn't like how she jumped in with the whole Janelle thing. But I don't think out of everybody in that cast, she was probably one of the most likable, because there wasn't a lot of people that was likable in the cast. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this reaction. Please make sure you guys go check out BGC Positive T on Instagram. They have a couple of more interviews up. Also, my next reaction of their interview is going to be with Tiffany, BGC 3. Okay, so I like doing this just so you know, diversify the content and everything, just to have a little fun. Okay, all right, entertainers, let me know what you guys think, and we are out, babies.